never expect something like this to happen to you. And there's no way you can prepare for something like this.
It was mid-evening when my doctor called my house and said I needed to go to the ER, and it was just before midnight when I started getting the transfusion, which lasted all night.
You never know when a situation arises where you're going to need blood or when somebody's going to need blood. It's very important to donate so when accidents do happen, people can receive transfusions.
They pulled Carolyn out and they lifted her over the curtain. I just saw the most beautiful little girl. And they took her off to the side, and I could hear my husband over there so excited with her and talking to her. And I felt all of a sudden really weak and nauseated. I heard the doctor say, we need to do an emergency hysterectomy right away. We can't get the bleeding to stop. And my husband and my daughter were immediately removed from the room. And before I could register what was going on, I was out cold.
He had sort of this white ring around his lips, and my sister looked at him and she goes, "Is he wearing lipstick?" And that's when sort of everything clicked. I was like, no, he's not, but he had very pale face, pale lips with this almost a bluish tint, and so that's when we called the doctor. She sent us down to the lab, got his blood drawn, and then probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours later, she called us back and said, you'll need to go to the children's cancer wing for a possible blood transfusion.
I couldn't imagine who would be calling me while the debate was in progress, so I ignored it. And then the home phone rang, and my then wife answered and said it was my doctor, got the results of the test, said I had to go to the ER immediately. What the situation was on that particular day was that my blood had lost half of its oxygen carrying capacity, and I was at risk for a heart attack. I did know that something was wrong, but at the point where they told me I needed a transfusion, there was no diagnosis. It's just, you need some different blood. Eventually the diagnosis was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, for which I went through chemotherapy.
I had no clue how severe the situation had been. I woke up in the ICU, and I just couldn't register why I was there. I felt great. I wanted to see my baby. Everything should be fine. And all of a sudden the doctors started coming in saying, you can't see Carolyn. She can't come down here. And when they started to explain to me how much blood they had to transfuse, it still didn't quite click in my head how bad it was until you saw the look of fear in the doctor's eyes and in the nurse's eyes saying, you should not be here right now. And that's when it started to register what I'd gone through.
The only thing that they could really suspect that it was something called transient erythroblastopenia, which is some fluke in kids' bodies where the bone marrow shuts down and your body stops making red blood cells. And they don't really know why it happens. Sometimes it's a virus, sometimes it's cause unknown, which is, in Jacob's case, the cause was unknown, just something that happens.
I received 14 units of red blood cells, 12 units of platelets, and 6 units of fresh frozen plasma. Yeah, when I saw those numbers, I realized I probably received enough blood to replace all mine that I currently had in my body, and it made you slow down pretty darn fast and appreciate blood donors.
Donating blood is a simple, straightforward process that doesn't take much time and yet can save someone's life. And because you don't know who's going to get that transfusion, really it's a gift to the whole world. It could be a man, a woman of any ethnicity or religious belief or whatever. But you're giving blood so that whoever it is can live. And so that's really a gift to the whole world.
Jacob is almost 4, and he is happy, healthy, crazy, typical boy.
When you think about blood, it's something that we all have, we all take for granted, and we all can't live without. And I will always be eternally grateful to 32 strangers who took time out of their busy lives to donate blood. And I want to personally thank them wherever they are. And it's neat in the regard that we'll never know. I'll never know who they were. But that's the beauty of donating blood, is that we're all serving each other and all giving back to our community. And I'm so grateful for everybody who donates blood.
I needed a transfusion immediately, and I got it because someone donated blood. It saved my life.